Slightly dated question.
One of the biggest mistakes I've ever made in my life in the early years of being on the internet was when Wet, Wet, Wet broke up and I had to research them and just simply typing the words wet, wet, wet into the internet without thinking what the possible consequences might be. And the only time that I've seen a deluge of stuff that scared me more, other than the first time I saw Two Girls, One Cup, before I went, oh, it's ice cream. And the first time I saw Goatsy, I don't know if anyone has ever seen the internet meme Goatsy. It's an unpleasant thing. It's an unpleasant thing. It's about the most unpleasant thing you can imagine.
Don't Google it, especially not at work.
Now you'll regret it. But one of the points where I realised that I was a bad mother was one Christmas where we were playing the name game, Rizzles on the forehead, and I was trying to guess who I was, the name that my daughter had put on my forehead on a Rizzler paper. And in the end, I couldn't guess what it was and tore it off and realised that she'd said that I was Goatsy. And when you go and Google that later, you'll realise how very wrong that was. It was very wrong. But the only time I've ever seen worse stuff than when I Google Wet Wet was after I went on...
Quack.
Oh, is it cracking? Okay. When I went on Newsnight and made a massive hash about talking about feminism. And in order to try and get out of it at the very end, just off the top of my head went, clown porn. Because I thought it was something that didn't exist. I was trying to think of the most risible, non-existy thing that I possibly could in order to scare Jeremy Paxman. And got home to find that my entire Twitter feed was blocked with people sending me links to clown porn. And I've never been more shocked or horrified in my life. There's things that I saw, custard pies, things happening, squirting bow ties, but I mean all in a sexual way. Collapsing sexy clown cars with kind of concomitant results of
and then we're having the chat lighting.
It was bad. And Ronald McDonald, so much bad Ronald McDonald stuff. Have I ever milked a cow? No.
Get on it.
I should. Is it pleasant? Have you ever done it?
Yeah, it's quite satisfying.
I have.
Okay.
I tell you what I have done though. I have pulled the eyes out of a fish, dead. Because I went on, I should make that clear, I went on a survival course and they said if you can't find any water, any source of water, a very good source of moisture in a survival situation would be to use it was just a survival course. Would be to take the eyes of a fish and crush it in your mouth. Don't bite on it or else you'll get the retina stuck in your gums, but crush the eye of a fish and that's a good source of water. To which I had to reply, if we're short of water but I've got a fish... Let that one hang there for a while. Yes, but what you have to remember is people don't like asking questions, so we have to be ready for me to sing again. But this is a Q&A part now.
I've got auxiliary.
Cool, okay.
I've got shame questions still in the tin in case no.
Hiya. Look.
Okay.
Look. The lights have gone up.
This
is the point where I can work out.
I've set the quack quack again.
Okay, cool. So the quack quack's on. Okay, so you put your hands up if you've got a question, and then they'll come and do the microphone.
Okay, so I'm the selector, and we're going to choose 3 in a row, and Andy's going to pass the microphone. So if anyone has a question, put your hand up now, even if it takes a while to get.
But I want you all to know that it's okay not to have a question because maybe you just already have all. I can see Tom Gormer.
To not. Okay.
Oh, wait. And Grace! Oh, no, it's Raro. Hello. Ask questions, guys. Oh, no, there's all my friends. There they all are. Now the lights are on, I can see them all.
You talk to them all day.
Sorry. I was saying that Twitter's become real. We went into the wardrobe and...
Andy, okay.
Sorry.
There's a lady here and a lady there, and then someone else will pop up after. There's also a lady there, so start with this lady.
Hello.
Hiya, well done for being the first person who asked questions. It's very nervy.
You're welcome in all branches of bookshops for all time.
Hello, my question is, what is the most embarrassing thing you've ever done in front of a celebrity?
In front of a celebrity? Oh, God. Oh, the most embarrassing thing I've ever done, it's the only thing I've ever done that I felt true shame about until I tweeted about it 30 seconds later, was... one day, this tells you a lot about my parenting style again. It was a lovely Sunday morning, and my daughter was running a bath, and we're both very into squeezing spots. I get quite a lot of adult acne, and as a treat, I'll sometimes let her squeeze a spot. It's not cruel if they like it. She'd seen a particularly ripe one on my face, and I was like, no, don't do that. They scar if they're on the face. And then, we're quite a relaxed family. I went, well, I have got... I said, but I have got some on my bum if you want to do that. So I lay naked on the landing as God intended a woman to be on Sunday morning in the bosom of her family, and my daughter kind of perched over me like a tiny bird in the mouth of a crocodile, ready to pop this spot on her Sunday. And she went, she said, Mummy, you've got quite a lot. It looks like you've got measles. At which point, the door on the landing opened to our spare bedroom, and a 27-year-old accountant called David, who's a friend of my brother's, who'd stayed overnight, unbeknownst to me, stepped out onto the landing in a suit, because he's quite a formal man, holding a cigarette that he was taking down to the garden, and just went in his inimitable northern way. Looks more like chicken pox to me, love.
You're clearly really embarrassed about it. Okay, where's the next lady?
Oh. But then I tweeted about it a minute later, and that all made it fine. But for a minute, I felt genuine mortification at that point. The most embarrassing thing I've ever done in front of a celebrity was a terrible thing, and you must all hold on to a thing, because this is the worst thing any human being's ever done. I went onto the set of Doctor Who, and I was there on the wrap episode of their Christmas episode that had Kylie Minogue. And we all got on very well, and we all got very drunk, and at the end of it, it was just me, Kylie, David Tennant, and one other person, and we were having a fine old time, and I went off to get the drinks, and I brought them back on a tray, which was warm from the dishwasher. And everyone took their drinks off the tray, and Kylie went, oh, the tray's lovely and warm, isn't it? And I went, yes, it is. Feel how lovely and warm it is. And I pressed the tray onto David Tennant's beautiful face, and I said, it's as warm as the loving hand of a mother. Now, this is awful, you have to be ready for this. And then realised at that point that his mother had died 10 days ago. 10 days ago. And that this was his first day back on set, where of all of the words in all of the sentences in the world that I could have done was to remind him of the temperature of his mother. It's genuinely one of those days where you want to take your brain out and put it on the floor and go, work with me? What would you...
What did Kylie do?
Kylie looked very upset. We all looked very upset, and David, just after about 30 seconds, we'd been doing some lovely bantering before then about the M6, but it was quite good. And it had a vaguely sexual connotation with slip roads. It was all good. I was really enjoying it. It was at a moment, and then he just, after about 3 minutes, just went, I'm just going to go to bed now. And I killed the evening for Doctor Who, man. I killed it for the Doctor. It's genuinely one of the worst things a human being has ever done. I've not been able to touch a tray since.
Stripy lady. Oh no, next to the stripy.
It was not très bien. That's French. I know 4 French words.
I was told by this nice man that I have to stand up, so I'm standing up. Bit of levity. On Facebook, occasionally you get the sort of fantasy dinner party question, you know, who would you have, 6 guests, etc. And increasingly it's Stephen Fry and Caitlin Moran, and no one can come up with any other guests other than Hitler.
I'd chat to Hitler. I reckon I'd like to, get to know the man and just find out what the hell that was all about. I reckon I could just break through him with chat.
Who would you have? 6 guests.
Who would I have? Oh my God. I mean... This sounds wanky, and then I'll come up with a funny answer in a minute, but it's all my friends that I have round to my house. Like, kind of, really, all the people I have over for my parties, I get so happy.
To laugh at your cat.
To laugh at my fat cat, yes, and then mention it. It's the size of a pig. But I love my food, but I mean, people that I couldn't have...
But throw in some dead ones.
Yes,
not
throwing in some dead ones, yeah. Kirsty MacColl, who's an amazing singer-songwriter I love. But actually, Bananarama, that would be amazing. I'd have...
That's half the table gone.
Yes, and it would, but the best half of the table.
Yeah.
You'd have Bananarama over any shot. I'd like to have Madonna over, and I'd like to invite her over with some of my friends, just to remind her how to have fun again. Like, she's too amazing a resource to just let her dwindle into... Like, the bullshit about Madonna at the moment. So you go do an interview with her, she's like, I'm just so proud of my role as producer on my new film. Producer, that's paperwork. That's ringing people up and ordering catering vans. Anyone can do that. You're Madonna. You just do some amazing pop and blow my mind. Like, don't be a producer.
She needs a bit of sort of ottolenghi recipes and ruffles in the garden.
She really needs. She needs to just come and get absolutely trashed. That party we had where I blagged a load of mugs that said "I love sausages" on, and we all drank Disaronno in the garden.
Exactly.
That's what she needs.
She did the thing with the Perrier bottle. Imagine what she could do with a sausage mug.
I know, and I'd let her keep it because I don't like those mugs. They're plastic.
Well,
In the Mug World Cup, they lost in the end. But yes, so yeah, Madonna and everyone fun that I can think of who would get absolutely hammered. I want her dancing on the table again and just remembering fun. Ruffle Donna, that's what I want.
Okay. Yes, hands of the people. Okay, there's 2 ladies here, a stripy lady and a lady with denim shirt.
Although I'm sure there are other things about your personality as well. You're not just
I
stripy
see you
lady
as
to
women
us.
in
You
your
are.
entirety, but also slightly dark lights.
Yes.
No, I'm just stripy lady.
It's a versatile pattern.
In your first book, you talk a lot about shagging. Yes. You never tell us about your first time.
That's That's not even a question. That's just one of those statement things that you say. So we don't have to answer it.
I actually, you know what? You know what? Okay. Do you know why this is embarrassing? It's embarrassing because... No. It's embarrassing because it's like Murder on the Orient Express. It was all of you. You all shagged me, but now you can't remember. It was my husband, and we went out with each other for a bit, and we did some sex, and that was the sex that I had, and then he really just sensibly, because he's just lovely, just went, well, look, you're just about to be famous, because I was just about to be on television presenting a show, and you're 17, you've just moved to London, so I think you should probably just go off and shag around a bit and have some adventures, and if you want me, I'll be waiting here. Like Gabrielle Oak. I know. And
Bathsheba Everton, you've got the hair.
yes, thank you.
Yeah,
And I can milk, I can't. And so I did. So I went and shagged around for 2 years, and gathered together all the ridiculous stories that will make How to Be a Shag, which are all the ridiculous stories of all the B-list celebrities that I had sex with over the year. And then it all just got a bit much, and it was all a bit scary, and I felt a bit lonely, and I missed Pete. So I just went back to him and went, I finished shagging around now. Can I come back and be with you? And he went, yes, come on, I've been waiting. And that was when I was 19, and that was that.
Oh, yay!
It is a bit embarrassing though when someone says, how did you lose your virginity? And like kind of, you kind of like, you want to be a story like, yeah, I was like on a rocket, he was like a man from the past, he was like, we did it in the crown position, it was all just kind of amazing. I was on a drug that wasn't even invented, you're like, no, it's my husband. But it was. Please stand up, Slim Shady.
Bit of a tamer question. Obviously, the Olympics has been on and everyone's been, oh, rah-rah, England and Britain. What did you make of it?
Oh, I thought it was the best thing that had ever happened ever. I was,
Team GB!
Wow, that was the easiest point I've ever scored in conversation. I was in Clang, New York when it happened. I was just there. But it sounds a bit wanky saying I was in New York, but I was. It was just a fact. But I didn't want to be. I was there against my will.
But you had a lovely time and we were grateful for the opportunity.
I did have a lovely time and I was very grateful for the opportunity, and it's nice to meet people and make new friends. Anyway, so we were all wankered on margaritas in the hotel room. I took my sister with me because I hated it so much. And we watched the opening ceremony on television, which was like a 6-hour delay. So I deliberately not looked at Twitter because I didn't want to know what was happening. And we were watching it, and when it started, I just couldn't believe how my mind was so blown with how I couldn't believe that they got away with it. Even if you'd come up with the idea of making that the opening ceremony, I couldn't believe that they let him do it to the point where they threw the Queen out of a helicopter. You were like, this is the most insane dream. I will wake from this and find it wasn't true. At the point where, the Dancing Isambard Kingdom Brunels had me at that point, and then at the point where the suffragettes all marched on the pitch, and then there were lesbians kissing and it all went acid house, I took off my shoes and threw them at the television going, I'm so proud to be British. This is my left-wing, socialist, feminist, gay-friendly dream come true. This is the best thing that's ever happened.